What do you think the impact is of smart TVs as they start to roll out?
So far, it looks like the impact has been minimal. A lot of people don't even seem to be aware that they have a connected TV. Um, but if you're going to buy a TV now and you can get a smart TV, you might as well. So I think a lot of people bought it without it really being a primary motivation. I think ultimately it is something that will enable people to do what they're already starting to do. So I think we will see more impact in the future with subscription type services when people start realizing that there's a widget on their smart TV for Netflix. Makes it a lot easier than having to go through a Blu-ray or some other method. Also, there may be opportunities for them to start subscribing to services like Hulu Plus that perhaps they don't now. It'll make it a lot easier if it's enabled right on their TV. But I think the jury's still a little bit out on how much effect that's going to have. I think what we will see is that the big screen still is where people are going to want to watch most of their programming, if that best available screen. So if the smart TV enables some other things to come through that big best available screen, then people will certainly do it. It's just hard to say how quickly they'll adopt that.
So there's a lot of talk about C7, C14. What is your opinion?
I think these are the kind of things that will probably end up on an advertiser by advertiser basis, being implemented. Certainly for certain advertisers like retailers or movie companies, there is a very short window where they want their ads to be seen. On the other hand, there are branding campaigns that are, if not evergreen, certainly their flight window is much wider. C7 or C14 might be just as effective and efficient and as preferable for certain advertisers who are just looking to get brand awareness, promote brand equity. So hopefully there are certainly people watching the ads beyond 3 days, that we can figure out ways where that works for our clients, because we are seeing that people watch programming on their DVR certainly beyond 3 days, and now we're even seeing beyond 7 days to what degree people are watching the programming and the commercials beyond 7 days.
So Mark, looking forward in this media landscape, where do you see the industry in the next 3 to 5 years?
Well, one of the things that we've seen in the past, and of course, the past doesn't always predict the future, but so far we are seeing that people carve out more and more time for media usage from their day. And for the most part, that seems to be using devices simultaneously as to how you can continue to increase the minutes and the hours in a day that people that are using media. And I think in the near term, we're still going to see that continue. I think people are not, there doesn't seem to be any indication that people are not watching video or not watching television. Incrementally, they watch a little bit more and a little bit more over time. So I think we'll continue to see that just in more places. We're going to see it on more devices. People are going to be able to be more connected in more places with Wi-Fi and more robust cellular networks. People will be able to watch almost anywhere they are. So I think we're going to see a lot more video usage in the future. And the challenge then, of course, becomes measurement. The ad insertion part, that looks like that will be more easily solved than the measurement part. And the good news, of course, is people want to continue to watch our content. The news that currently isn't as good is that we don't always effectively measure it everywhere on every platform, and as a result, we don't get compensated necessarily the way we do on a well-measured legacy medium like television. So really, more than anything else, I think the measurement issues are going to be huge in the next 5 to 10 years in terms of what is the viability of these businesses, how do we get fully compensated for people's consumption of our content, and without the measurement piece, those other things can't really happen. So more than I think at any time in the history of the video medium, measurement is really going to be at the center of everything that we do.
So it sounds like you're saying the future belongs to research. What would you say to a young graduate?
I would say that the thing that I would do if I was starting out now would really be looking at research methods, sampling methods, and technology. Because the solutions to the measurement issues, some of them will be technological. Obviously, when we've got new media, new platforms that some of us probably don't even know about today, part of the solutions will be technological. But there's still, in the future, to be representative and to be valid and to be reliable, people still need to understand how to sample properly, how to do so in an unbiased way. And those are things that that will always be relevant, regardless of what the technology is. So that, and the other thing I would do is, if I was starting out now, would be to do research on batteries, because I think that's really the barrier that most of us who have all these devices, we never seem to get past the battery limitations. So if I was starting out now, I'd also probably consider physics and try to understand the science of batteries. But certainly the basics of research design, the basics of sampling, the basics of reliability and validity will always be important. And then to make sure that those continue to be done properly in the new technology environments is, I think, what people are going to really need to focus on.